everyone, welcome back to Amberg Acres. So if you haven't thought about it yet, we're coming up on August and you should really be thinking about what you're going to plant for the fall. So I already have mine picked out. I have it over here in the trailer. I'll show you it in a minute. But I just wanted to come out here. We're at the end of July here now. I wanted to come out here and see what I needed, see if I needed to spray one more time. And it looks like I do. This whole end up here, and I don't know why, it's just that section there seems to have a lot of weeds, little tiny weeds coming up. Because I sprayed, oh boy, when did I spray? Beginning of July. There's the small stuff coming up, and then there's like a piece right in the middle there I always seem to miss with the sprayer, and that's this stuff here. And I've looked this up before, and the term that I got for it is pigweed. And it seems to be a common weed we have around here. And yes, the deer will eat pigweed, but I don't like it in my field. So most of the field, like right where I'm standing here, there isn't a lot of weeds. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I have never gotten my bean plot to get seeds, to get the actual beans growing on them. They come out and they eat the tops off, and they keep it pretty well mowed. You can see all of these plants. Here, I'll pull one up here. You can see all of these plants are just chewed off. Okay, every one of them. And the only ones that'll grow are the ones that are inside a basket where the seed got inside of one of my tree baskets. Those are the only ones that will actually probably grow an actual seed or a bean on it. But I've never gotten them to where they've grown the beans. And it is what it is. I have almost an acre planted here, and there's that much browse going on with the deer that they just eat all the tops off, and they keep it pretty much trimmed the whole year like this here. So what I'm doing for fall is right in front of my stands. So I have a stand right here, and then I have the Pablo stand way down there on the south end of the field. So what I am going to do is I'm going to plant Forage Factory from Domain Outdoors right in front of each one of these stands. And this bag I have here plants a half an acre, I believe. So I basically want to get the field prepped, get the weeds down, and then plant that stuff here in front of both stands, and that should work. So right behind me here, or right behind the camera, are those trees that you'll always see when I'm taking pictures out of my tree stand. That's the deer like to congregate here. So I'll probably go from there over to this big pine tree and just seed this section in right here with the Forage Factory. And then the same thing down there by the Pablo stand, probably the whole width of the field down there, and then almost up to the water hole probably. And the rest will just stay the way it is. This whole end up here will just stay the way it is. But I want to get the weeds down first. So for the most part, the field looks really good. So I think I'm going to spray today this afternoon. It's really wet right now. We had a cold night, so it's really wet. I'm going to let that dry up a little bit. Then I'm going to come out and spray. Let's see, let me think here. I think Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, they have rain in the forecast for every day. So I'm going to look at Monday or Tuesday to get some seed down over here, and then hopefully that rain comes. And you can never count on it, so you know it is what it is, right? So hopefully that rain comes and we'll make this stuff sprout this year. Last year, if you remember, we had nothing. I planted a seed. We got no rain the whole month of August, so nothing grew, right? Let's go take a look at this bag once. My buddy is right here. He's standing right here under the camera. There's Speedy. A lot of you guys ask where Speedy is. He's here. I just don't film him all the time, but he's here a lot. Anytime I'm out in the field here doing stuff, he's hanging around. He likes this now because he's got more cover in here. It's not wide open. But you can see this whole field looks really nice. But it's all trimmed. It's all trimmed down almost all the same length. You know, they just snip the tops off, and that's what they're eating. So this is the product right here. It's called Forage Factory. It's from Domain Outdoors. It's got winter wheat, oats, peas, clover, brassica, and radish. And what it says on there is that the peas, I forget which ones. Some of them will only last till a certain date. I think it's on the back side. Yeah, right here. Right here it says fall planting map for the north, August, September. Good to 15 to 20 degrees. The wheat and clover can winter over in the north. So all the other stuff will die off once it starts freezing hard. But the wheat and the clover will stay under the snow, and it'll grow next year probably in spring to give them something to eat. But basically the seed is able to be done with tilled, drilled, or no till. So that'll work fine for what I'm doing. So hopefully I can get it down. I can pack it into the ground a little bit, and then we'll get some rain is really what we need. So I picked this up at Tractor Supply for $29.99, I believe it was, so 30 bucks. And that was a pretty good deal, because when I went to the Domain website, I want to say it was $40 on there. So I don't know if that was a sale or not. That's what I got it for. Okay, so that's what we're going to try this year for our fall planting. All right, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to get the sprayer loaded up and ready to go. And then this afternoon, it's supposed to be a beautiful day today, only a high of 75. So I'm going to get over here and I'm going to spray this one more time yet before I put seed down. All right, we'll be back. Hey guys, welcome back. So I'm out here. It is probably close to 5 o'clock. I'm out here trying to get my seed planted, because the rest of the week is supposed to be thunderstorms all week. For at least 3 or 4 days they got it listed that we're gonna have thunderstorms. So I figured the perfect time to get the seed down and get it ready. So I'm out here today with my four-wheeler and my old plow. My original video for this YouTube channel was done with this plow way back. I don't know how many years ago that was. But I'm just using that, and I'm barely touching the soil, and I'm just kind of ripping it up a little bit. Yes, it's damaging some of the beans in this area in front of my tree stand, but those should spring back. So about a week ago, I sprayed one last time before I planted this seed. And let's go take a look at where I sprayed and what it's doing. Okay, so right through here is where all the green was growing. You can see it's all shriveled up all over there. So we know the spray is working. And then right here in the middle I had a patch. This was all that pigweed that I called it. That's all shriveled up also. So the spray is working good. The beans are looking beautiful. So all we're doing is scratching up this area in front of my tree stand. And yes, some of the beans do get pulled out and get damaged, but the new stuff will grow, and that's what you want for the fall anyhow, is the new stuff. So the rest of the beans in between will all still be growing, and well into October probably. Depends when we get our first frost. Once it freezes, the beans are pretty much done, you know. So let's continue here, scratching this up. Head down to the other end and scratch up that area down there in front of that tree stand, and then we'll get the seed down. So we got everything scratched up here, and we're just going to throw down the seed. This is what the seed looks like. Nothing different than any other seed. You can see the peas in there and the oats and whatever else is all in there. So the idea, all we're doing of scratching it is just so that there's a little bit of loose dirt that this seed will mix in. And once the rain comes, that'll pack it down and it should grow right away. I did not do this last year. I did not scratch the surface. So I don't know if that was a contributing factor to why this stuff didn't grow very well. But most of it was due to the drought. There was no rain, period. So that's really the real reason why we didn't have a crop last year. But this definitely helps by scratching it up. Now, I had a really nice beans growing here this year. So I didn't really want to do this to scratch it up like that, but I'm doing it because I don't want this to fail again this year. All right, so we're just gonna go around and throw this stuff down. So this area right out here in front of my stand, that's where I want the heaviest concentration of seed. That's where I want the deer attracted to this circle right here. That's in my shooting range, and that's what we're doing. Alright, that one's done. I will go down and do the south end. One of the other things I'd like to try one of these years, and I don't know if I'll get to it this year, but I want to put in 4 posts and then put up a temporary fence. And it doesn't have to be electric or anything, just something to deter them from eating this area right here in front of my stand. And then, you know, opening weekend or just before opening weekend, pull the fence down and let them have at it. But like I say, I don't know if I'll get that done this year or not. So let me go down and finish the south end, and I'll be right back. The deer flies are nuts out here today. All right, that was a fast 30 bucks, okay? So the last thing to do is to pack it in with the 4-wheeler, just drive around and push the seed down into this loose soil that I just made, and that should work. So I've been busy all day today. A couple of weeks ago I went by a guy and I got some pine logs for finishing up that lean-to that Pablo and I were working on. I gave him my card, you know, that I used for my tractor and stuff, and he called me up the other day and said the 2 neighbors both cut down big trees. You want to come and get them? So I went over there, and man, they're 30-inch diameter, you know, white pines, and I can only get like 2 pieces of trunk on my trailer at one time, and a tractor to haul them back over here. So I've been busy all day hauling logs, and I don't want to pass them up because they're nice wood for making stuff out of. And I'm going back tomorrow and getting some more. I don't know, Wednesday's supposed to be really hot, so I don't think I'll go Wednesday, but we'll see. I'll talk to the guy tomorrow when I'm done and see what's left, and you know, if he's okay with it sitting there for a few days, maybe I'll go back later on in the week or whenever I can get there. So we're gonna pack this in, and that's gonna be the end of this video. So if you like these videos, you know, give me a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. And I will let you know what this looks like in a few weeks, if it's growing or not growing. So by the end of August, you know, Labor Day weekend, I will let you know what this looks like. Okay? All right. Later.